St. Thomas West Lawn.
CBS News Brief. Rupert Murdoch is stepping down as CEO of Fox Corporation and News Corp. Syracuse University's Dr. Robert Thompson.
I think it would be impossible to overestimate the impact that Rupert Murdoch has had, not only on the news, not only on the entertainment industry in general, but on the culture of this country and the rest of the world.
Temporary legal status is on the way for nearly 500,000 Venezuelan migrants already in this country. They'll be able to work legally. New York City Mayor Eric Adams says that's good news.
The asylum seekers want to work. They want to contribute to the American dream, and we need to find a pathway to do so.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has questions when he meets Ukraine's President Zelensky later today.
I want to make sure there's accountability where the resources are going. I want to see a plan of what we're looking for victory, and I think members will sit and have their questions as well.
CBS News Brief. I'm Peter King.
Whether you're a student, alumni, or just a fan, Raider Tees has exactly what you need to help you cheer on the Blue Raiders on game days and every moment in between. We sell officially licensed Blue Raider gear, whether it's clothing, hats, flags, chairs, or just whatever. We have it all, including exclusive gear you won't find anywhere else. Like us on Facebook for updates on new Blue Raider gear and special prices or discounts. For all your Blue Raider gear, shop Raider Tees today. Bigger, better, and go Blue!
The Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street, across from the tall NHC building.
We've expanded our store. We've increased it about 600 square feet. We would just be very excited for everybody to come check us out.
Proceeds from sales benefit Greenhouse Ministries, a faith-based nonprofit serving the underserved here in Murfreesboro.
We were able to put merchandise into our store that we previously haven't had displayed: maternity clothes, scrubs, activewear, pajamas.
The Garden Patch Thrift Shop on Spring Street in downtown Murfreesboro.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSradio.com.
Rutherford Issues powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE's downtown Murfreesboro office on North Walnut is closed. That staff from that location is now at the new central office on New Salem Highway. So get assistance or make payments there or at the St. Andrews Drive location. Speaking of location, we're going on location. We're going to nearby Shelbyville, and State Representative Mike Sparks is there in the walking horse capital of the world. But today, it's all eyes on aerospace, right, Mike?
Yes, it is. A big event out here. They're just now wrapping it up. Brian, so sorry to be a couple of minutes late to call in. I think Mayor Ketchum, or former Mayor Bill Ketchum, is going to join us. He's now with MTSU. It's a big day for both MTSU and Shelbyville, and really the state of Tennessee. As you know, there's a huge shortage of pilots. I just heard, I believe it's Steve Smith, the chairman of the MTSU Board of Trustees, mentioned that I think worldwide there's a shortage of 100,000 pilots, and this will be a great training ground for them. And I think it's a win-win for Rutherford County and MTSU as well to move their aerospace facility over here and expand this area at Shelbyville Airport.
Well, I know that there had been discussion about an expansion in Murfreesboro, and the MTSU accounted for about 70% of the air operations, we understand, in Murfreesboro, but they needed more space, and it just wasn't really as feasible, it seems. So they're nearby Shelbyville airspace. It's just down the road.
Yes, it is. I guess it's about 40 minutes from Smyrna. A friend of mine, I invited him out here. Scott Butler's got 2 planes out here, and Scott was excited to see this, and I think it's about a 30-minute drive for him out here. The governor's here just spoke really well about our great state and the future of this area. We have a lot to be thankful for here in Rutherford County, really is in the state of Tennessee. I mean, we're one of the lowest. I think he says that arguably it could be, the 1 or 2 of the top states in the nation for low taxes and it really having a surplus. Me as a lawmaker, I'm very extremely frugal of anything I vote for, and I want to see the return on investment, just like Chairman Charlie Baum, who's a professor at MTSU and also chairman of the finance committee that I sit on. And I think this is a great investment for the, the taxpayers of Tennessee. The Speaker of the House is here, Shane Reed, Don White, Tim Rudd, and others. And in fact, they're all lining up, getting a photo right now. I introduced Speaker Sexton to Scott a little while ago. And but it's a great event out here. A lot of big crowd out here, and a lot of the trainer airplanes they've got lined up out here. And here's Andrew Ottman. Oh, man, he's calling my name out. Oh, I'm sorry. Man, he's calling my name out. I'm sorry, Brian. Dang, hey, can I literally put you on hold for just a second?
Sure.
I'm sorry, man. I'm so sorry. So let me get up here with the governor real quick. Hey, comment. Let me get over here. I'm sorry, man. Hey, hold on just a second. Hold on.
All right.
Thanks.
So just give you a little bit of information about what's going on today. The MTSU Aerospace program is, they announced, I guess, today that they will expand flight operations in Shelbyville. The governor is there, as Mike mentioned, MTSU President Sidney McPhee and many other folks. Mike gave us a few names there just a moment ago. And again, this MTSU has a big presence at the Murfreesboro Municipal Airport, but this year the school bought 10 more planes to give to students, with hands-on learning experience and things of that nature there. And the expansion was kind of pushed back on from the city of Murfreesboro, so the university looked to nearby Shelbyville. Now, there are some challenges with this, obviously. MTSU campus is about 30 to 40 minutes away from the Shelbyville airport, and students driving there and taking classes, at the university, that's going to kind of pose some issues. And I think there's work going on now to try to have aerospace students do as much of their work academically as possible in Shelbyville, so they would actually not have to make that commute, and some other things like maybe transport shuttles and things of that nature back and forth between the MTSU campus and the Shelbyville airport. So the plan is to move several aircraft to a temporary facility down in Shelbyville by the end of the spring 24 semester, so not this semester, but the end of the next. And sometime in the summer or maybe even the fall of next year, 24, they'll have groundbreaking and work on this new aerospace campus. And by late 2027 is the idea to have that completed at the Shelbyville airport down the road. Again, that's where State Representative Mike Sparks and others are. All right, Mike, got your picture made.
I wasn't expecting them to call me out in front of a crowd out here with the governor, but anyways, they would get some photos lined up. It's a real honor that the governor's always so gracious. We're very fortunate to have a governor that's not only conservative but a strong Christian that cares about folks. And he talked about the expansion of the TCAT. Got a great TCAT over here in Shelbyville. As we know, we've got a great TCAT in Smyrna on Sergeant Asbury Hahn Way. My former Nissan employee that was sadly killed in Iraq. But a lot of great things happen in this state, Brian. We're so fortunate for Motlow expansion. Dr. Michael Torrance is out here. We've got the new $40 million expansion third building that's named after my mentor, Bob Spivey, and then the TCAT. So much to be blessed with here in Middle Tennessee.
Well, I know that being in Shelbyville, this is, a big event. I don't know if you were listening, I did mention that there are going to be some challenges with this, especially with aerospace students having to go down to get their hands-on experience 30 to 40 minutes away from campus. And, that's going to create some challenges, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it could, but we're so close, and I understand the residents, they're concerned, and Murfreesboro City Council is concerned about the expansion because MTSU is growing. My understanding, I know sometimes UT argues that they're the largest campus, but, what do we have? Roughly 23,000 students, sometimes pushing almost 24,000 right here in Murfreesboro. So I understand their concerns for being a little concerned about the expansion, because this is really going to grow out here. I think they acquired another, I forgot how many acres it was to expand this operation, but Shelbyville is going to grow. I mean, it's going to be the next Smyrna, if you will, the next Spring Hill, if you will, especially with this investment from the state of Tennessee.
Well, I know Murfreesboro also, Mike, is looking at some changes, and the Murfreesboro Municipal Airport will be a controlled airspace facility, meaning that the mayor was on recently and said they will have an air traffic control tower coming here soon. So Murfreesboro's airport is growing to serve this area, and with that's going to increase the number of flights, I think, too.
Yes, it will. I live in the flight path of right there at Smyrna. My dad was stationed at Stewart during after World War II. He flew on the B-17s during World War II. In fact, I was sitting there thinking about him. I never really thought about my dad being an aircraft mechanic, but that's what he done during the war, and as well as being a waist gunner, flying 24 missions over Germany in a B-17 and shot down. But there's not a day goes by that I don't think about my late father and his sacrifice. And our greatest generation, if you will, as we get older, we tend to start seeing folks move on, that have impacted major walls. He was at Stewart, started the Omni Hut, and I always remember my dad telling me that he was the best C-130 pilot he had ever witnessed, bringing them C-130s into Smyrna. So a lot of things to be thankful for here in Middle Tennessee. I'm hoping I can get Bill Ketron to say a word or two. I hate to interrupt him, but hey, WGNS, Brian Barrett, can you talk to him? Here you go. Sorry to interrupt y'all. Here you go. Brian Barrett. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Bill, how are you?
I'm great. You, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing very well. This is a big day for the university, isn't it?
Oh, it's an awesome day. Not only just a beautiful day to be out here for this big announcement, but it's an awesome day for MTSU, the future of our aerospace program. It's a wonderful day for Shelbyville and Bedford County and the state of Tennessee. This is one of the best aerospace programs in the country. And as Chairman Steve Smith said a minute ago, there's another one that's kind of equal to us out in North Dakota, where they teach aerospace. But he said, as he said in his speech, nobody wants to go out to North Dakota. Everybody should want to come to Shelbyville to become a pilot.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And the numbers are, there's about 100,000 pilot shortage in the United States right now.
And hopefully we're going to get them all trained up here. I know that the MTSU aerospace program is really one of the crown jewels of the university, and it's received, world acclaim, really.
And we want to make it the best, not just one of the best. We want to make it the best aerospace teaching programs in the country and put out more pilots than any other school in the world. That's why we just signed an agreement with Southwest, and I think that had a lot to do with Southwest making the announcement last month that Nashville is going to be a new crew base, 700 new flight attendants, 200 new pilots, all coming to Metro Airport. And right here is a perfect pipeline.
Bill, go ahead.
Just like in baseball, you got to have a farm league, right?
Yeah.
To pull from for the major leagues in baseball. Well, this is our farm league right here.
I was talking with Mike just a second ago, and when I knew that you were going to join us, it kind of took me back to your Senate days. I mean, the people of Shelbyville were part of your area there for a bit, wasn't it?
I had Murray, Marshall, Lincoln, and Western Rutherford County, and I had to go through Bedford County to get to my other two counties.
Gotcha.
But it's great right here in Middle Tennessee. We're glad to have it. Jim Tracy actually had Shelbyville because he lived down here.
That's right. That's right. I as soon as you said that, I didn't mean to confuse you with Jim. Oh my goodness. But
well, everybody says we look alike because we got gray hair, right?
But this, we're seeing our area grow so much, and Shelbyville is kind of next up at bat to have the explosive growth like we have here, don't you think?
Well, it's 22 miles down the road.
Mm-hmm.
That's where people want to come to get affordable housing, good education.
Well, and
now aerospace.
Now aerospace. So I know this is a big day, and President McPhee, I'm sure he's all smiles today.
I tell you. Oh, he is. He was beaming when he got up there and introduced the governor.
Very good. Well, Bill, I appreciate you spending a little time with us today. I know
Yes,
it's a big day for the university.
Absolutely.
All
Good
right.
talking to you, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Bill Ketron joining us here this morning, right here on WGNS. And Mike, got just a couple of seconds to wrap things up here. Any final thoughts from Shelbyville?
No, I've got Senator Haggerty's young lady, the field director, Brittany Montgomery. You want to say something on WGNS about this expansion? No. Everybody gets so nervous to speak. I don't know. It's I guess everybody's afraid they're going to say something wrong or, anyways. I like, what's the word, Brian? What's the big word? Not spontaneous. What's the word when you're just making it happen?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You're supposed to know this stuff. You're in the media.
That doesn't mean that I know what you're talking about when you're so vague.
Anyways, what's it called? I don't know. Maybe it's spontaneous. But anyways, it really is a good event out here. I mean, we're just so blessed to be in Rutherford County and have MTSU here. And whether it's Smyrna Airport, Murfreesboro Airport, Shelbyville Airport, the future is really bright for folks that want to go into aviation. My brother's a pilot. He's undercover agent. He doesn't like me bragging on him, but he graduated MTSU, #1 at Quantico. Just saying that he would be. He can never be public about things, but I'm really proud of him combating the drug problem. So it's an exciting event to be out here in Rutherford. For represent Rutherford County here at Shelbyville County Airport.
All right. Well, Mike, I'll let you go mingle, and appreciate you giving us a little update from what's going on out there.
Yeah. Thank you, Brian. Y'all take care.
All right. That is State Representative Mike Sparks joining us here on Rutherford Issues, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. Don't forget, you can check the podcast at WGNSradio.com. Just tap on the podcast area and look for Rutherford Issues, or wherever you listen to audio, Spotify, iTunes, and on YouTube. Subscribe to News Radio WGNS.
City Tile and Floor Covering is a family business.
I am third generation, so started with my grandfather.